I saw my corpse, and from my mouth crawled hatred. A father burned his children on a pyre, and a mother molded a new age from the ashes. I saw the weak made strong, a pack of lambs feasting on wolves. Tears of blood rained on a desert jewel, and the way to hell was torn asunder. Then came a spear of light, piercing hatred's heart, and he who was bound in chains was set free. Boy, we fucked up, huh? What's up, fellow gamers? This is a dissection of a specific part of Diablo 4's story, more specifically, Rathma's prophecy. Rathma was the first necromancer in Sanctuary, and a Nephilim spawned between Lilith, a demon, and Inarius, a brain-dead angel with post-nut clarity. Now, nobody argues that most of the prophecy came to pass, at least everything up until the very last part of it. Then came a spear of light, piercing hatred's heart, and he who was bound in chains was set free. Everything up until that part very obviously came to pass, and we don't need to waste time over explaining it. I'm sure you'll figure it out if you haven't already, and if you haven't played the game, well, sorry man, I'm too lazy to bother. But anyway, for the rest of us, there was some initial speculation as to whether or not the final part of the prophecy came to pass, and if it did, what did it actually mean? Well, as it turns out, Inarius, dumbass that he is, assumed, wrongfully, that it was his weapon, a heavenly arm, his own spear, that would pierce the literal physical beating heart of the daughter of hatred. That's Lilith. However, that did not come to pass. Firstly, because Inarius seemed to think that hearts resided in someone's belly. Wow. Good one, dumbass. But as for the rest of us who have half a brain like a normal hairless monkey, we knew better. And as we collectively saw in the final battle scene between the two creators of Sanctuary, the only one of them that got pierced through the chest cavity was Inarius himself. Now, one could speculate that Inarius' own heart was full of hatred, or at the very least, we knew it was full of anger. I myself initially thought that this was what the cutscene was implying, also because earlier, Mephisto, the Lord of Hatred himself, explained how he refined Inarius' anger. So one such as myself might assume that this was actually what the prophecy meant, that the heart of hatred was Inarius' own heart. However, this was not the case. And we know this because of the final line in the prophecy, and he who was bound in chains was set free. Far as I could tell, no one was set free after he took the old stick through the chest. In fact, the opposite happened. It appeared as though Inarius, or rather, what remained of him, was bound forever in hell. So what was the prophecy speaking of? Well, at the end of the story, we see that Mephisto himself is bound at the very center of the Cathedral of Hatred, quite literally, bound within the heart of hatred. Mephisto is the embodiment of hatred, and the cathedral is the seat of hatred. Mephisto is trapped in the very heart of his own cathedral, or shall we say, metaphorically speaking, bound in chains. Am I being clear enough? We might say after seeing this little tidbit that Mephisto was clearly trying desperately to talk us out of trapping him in the Soul Stone. But Mephisto is a mastermind who clearly understands reverse psychology, and boy did he pull the wool over your eyes, man. I mean, he really got you. Not that it's a surprise, I mean, he is immortal and his wisdom might reflect that just a little bit, although the same can't be said about Sir Shining Knight dumbass. He knew the only way to be freed from his red bubble prison centered at the heart of the cathedral was by taking a piggyback ride on the Soul Stone. After all, Donan himself did warn us that when you trap evil in a Soul Stone, it becomes your life's purpose to guard it at all times, because someone or something will eventually come to release whatever lay dormant within. It's basically inevitable. Mephisto probably knows this, almost guaranteed he knows this, which means his best chance of escaping his binds is by getting himself nice and snug within the little rock. Now, let's watch as Mephisto plays us like a goddamn fiddle.
We can set an ambush. I distract her. You trap her in the Soul Stone.
Yes, a wise ploy. And you can leave the stone.
Something isn't right. Mephisto led you to this moment. We're in his realm. Should we really be doing what he wants? Between him and Lilith, he is the great evil.
You want to use the stone on him?
Think carefully. That path would lead to failure for all of us.
He's afraid.
It could work. We imprison Mephisto in the stone, get back to Lorath.
Then we seal the gates of hell behind us, and leave Lilith here.
She'll catch you before you escape. And if I'm trapped in the stone when she does, she will take my power. Don't let your hate for me blind you to common sense.
Nero, I can't trust my thoughts about Mephisto, but I trust yours. Do what you think is right.
lives and those of all humanity depend on what you do next. Choose wisely.
There you have it, folks. The so-called Spear of Light is in fact the Soul Stone itself. Duh! But of course, we don't realize that because we are too stupid when compared to the supreme Chad brain of the Hate God. We stand idly by and bear witness to our little friend here literally piercing Hatred's heart, as in the heart of the cathedral, and thus set Mephisto free from his binds. For as the prophecy said, he who was bound in chains was set free. We literally set Mephisto free from his binds within his own cathedral. We are the ones who fulfilled the final part of the prophecy. Mephisto, the alpha wolf that he is, used us for his own self-interest. I mean, obviously. He's a demon. What else would you expect? He just likes you? Jesus, man. Come on. That is why he saved your poor sorry ass from freezing to death in a random cave at the very start of the game. You are the catalyst. You are the key to get the ball rolling. You are his ticket to domination. And that is why he makes sure you appear at his humble abode before his daughter does, because he knew you and this super genius right here wouldn't be able to resist the chance to place him in the Soul Stone in order to thwart the immediate threat, Lilith, his daughter. You are blinded by your fear of Lilith, and thus fall right for his most obvious trap, and perhaps he even knew you were capable of killing his daughter as well. In fact, his only reason for saving you initially might have just been because he knew you had the potential to defeat his daughter. But when the Soul Stone came into play, well, he likely saw his one-way ticket to freedom. So congratulations, you paved the way for his future reign, and it will be your own fault for what comes to pass in the future. You were played by a primeval with a master's degree in psychology, a mere pawn in his game. What, you thought this was going to be about Diablo? Why? Because the game was called Diablo 4? That's just what Mephisto wanted you to believe. He had you pinned before you even clicked install. So anyway, there you have it. That is how the prophecy became fulfilled. Mephisto was wiser and more cunning than anyone. We are his little playthings, and one day it will be up to us to set things right again. Probably in some future DLC that's overpriced. Who knows with Blizzard? I mean, they want you to pay full DLC AAA game prices for a single skin, so watch out for that. But anyway, thanks for listening to my rant about how dumb the main character is. Yep, we dumb. And now you know why. See ya.